Oh, okay.
Better write faster.
Well, if I keep going like this, he may not get them done.
It's okay, we can just wait. They
Yeah,
don't have to
I
be
can
done
do
right
'em
now.
later.
I know, I can do them while I'm doing the meeting.
Ready, Dave? Good evening, Chance. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the November 8th Pine Bluffs Town Council meeting. Would you please say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Agenda approval. I see we got an executive session that we're going to do tonight, and that's about it that I see. It's new.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, consent agenda.
Kim,
Are
how
we-
is, oh, go ahead, Tom.
Are we finished with the valve replacement on the lagoons?
We're just about done. Vortex is waiting for the last grapes to come in. As soon as they come in,
And that's the end
they'll
of
get
it.
them. And that will be the end of that. During that project, they did notice that we have a broken outfall pipe in cell number 3. And so that's something that we probably wouldn't replace until the springtime. We could either, they had requested a change order, but because of the time frame between the two, I think we'll just request to do that as a separate little project in the spring.
Okay.
I was gonna ask that very same question, but I'll also ask the rear park playground project, that's gonna start in the spring, right?
Correct, yes, they are releasing the RFP
Okay.
on Monday, along with a couple of other RFPs, and we will start the project in the spring.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Move to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve this consent agenda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda passes. New business. We have no items. New? Great. All right, visitor comment. Mr. Malm?
Sure. So obviously I'm Gunnar Mulm, Laramie County Commissioner, but I just wanted to come tonight and thank the council and the community of Pine Bluffs for your guys' support of the spot tax last week. I think that it was very successful. 98.5% of the total ballot passed. I believe all of Pine Bluffs projects passed, all of Burns's and Albin's and the county's projects. I think it's I'm especially grateful to Pine Bluffs because you guys had an election midway through us determining the ballot and everything, and that can always go, a little off course sometimes. And I have the utmost respect for this body and your guys' work in continuing on the road that was set forth in the beginning and getting us to the finish line. And so I'm just very appreciative and happy to answer any questions about kind of the next steps with the 6 penny or anything else. So.
Good, I thought it went very well also, and it was pretty well grouped together. The grouping this year worked really well.
Hopefully, I think we got good feedback. Obviously, some people really do wish we could have 64 item by item ballot, but ballot fatigue is a real thing, and it also just, I don't know if it's the best use of the tax to do it in that way. So, but every time there's a tax up, every 5 years, a new committee will be formed, and certainly if the committee in the future thinks that that's an option, they can certainly do that. But like you, I thought the grouping worked out well with like projects, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, certainly.
Any other questions?
So tax holiday ends March 31st, 6 penny collections start April 1st, and then you guys will obviously start seeing your checks.
When does this 6 penny, when's it done?
So it was done, so
It's
October
done.
1st.
Okay.
So all vendors should have been notified by Department of Revenue, August, September timeframe to only be collecting 5 cents. And then it will come back on now after the election, at the end of first quarter. So, and then,
Okay.
so you guys can start looking at how you want to tackle your projects.
Commissioner, I have a question. After the 2012 6 penny tax, there were some overages that came in after that was done, and I don't know if that was from people paying late or whatever that was. Do we anticipate anything like that happening from the tax that just ended?
Yeah, so there'll still be overages, just not necessarily even due to people paying late, but that's obviously a component, but just because how the notification works from the treasurer to Department of Revenue, and then when the last one is stopped being collected. So we stop when we notify when we hit the cap, when we hit the $100 million. But then there's kind of a lag where revenue has to notify, and it's on the quarters. So there's generally about a quarter worth of collections, which would be about $6 million spread across all the projects that were approved the previous time. And those will be divvied up proportionally, just like the other allocations were. So, you know, I think we use ours for O&M and stuff like that on those projects. But, so those will be coming.
Okay.
Yep, so you should still get checks even through the time frame of the new tax.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jerry?
I'm just here to observe.
Okay. All right. All right, then. Nobody
I
else?
got one thing.
Really?
Well, I haven't been in or seen anybody since this summer, but I've noticed the effort and everything that the town put out, and a lot of people for getting cleaned up and everything for trail days. And I, for one, seen everything that was going on, and it really looked a lot nicer than it had for a long time. So I think you could put that up as an A+. There's always more work to do, but it was a step in the right direction.
All right.
Anyways, I just wanted to brag on everybody a little bit.
Well, that's better than what you
Don't
usually
hear
do.
that from me.
While I got you.
It was
While you're here, and the lights that you talked to me about, one will be, just got in yesterday,
It came in Friday, it was
Friday.
installed today.
and it was installed today at the
nice.
cemetery.
Good.
This one has been lit up, and the one at the community center has had a new, that flag has got a new, light on it
I
too.
was really hoping we could have that done before Veterans Day anyway, and
It's a done deal,
sounds good to me. I appreciate it.
so,
I
anyway.
thank you.
The other thing you asked me about, I will talk to you later about.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, wonderful.
You betcha.
Okay,
Anyway, the town looks nice, and
we appreciate it.
it's a good improvement, so.
Thank you. All right. Anything else? Nobody else here? Department reports? Jana, let's start with you.
Okay. So let's see. For the senior center, their updates, Gloria is retiring, so they're looking for another transit driver. Her last day is Friday, and then they will rely on volunteers to take people to their appointments until they hire someone. They just, had their elections last month, so they voted for their board of officers and welcomed Carol Milton onto the board. The Laramie County Community Christmas Program starts soon. People who meet income guidelines will receive the $50 Texas Trail card, gift card right before Christmas. Prior recipients will receive a letter in the mail. Potential new recipients need to be sent to the senior center so they can fill out the application before December 3rd. And then if anyone needs help for applying for the low-income energy assistance program, they can go to the senior center for help, but I believe also here. I think I saw something from you, Jackie, that you were helping with that as well. But that is all for the senior center. I have a couple other questions, but I'll wait until
Okay.
everyone else's update, so just come back to
All
me,
right.
I guess.
Ally?
Yeah, exciting news for the ambulance service. They have 2 new members who will be taking, or they have already started at this point, the EMT class in Kimball. So they're working through that coursework, and they should be licensed around January, and we'll have 2 new members for that. So that's really exciting. We've been needing some extra helping hands for the community. We're excited to have those guys as part of the EMS crew.
Cool.
That's all.
Good.
Tom?
I resigned from the fire board as of tomorrow. I think I did 12 years on there, and I got a little tired with it, so I resigned. And I wanted to say that the rec department put on a nice Halloween deal at the community center. There was a lot of people up there and stuff, and it looked like it went great. And that's all I have.
Cool. All right, thank you. Alex?
I think we got things squared away with High West on the expansions down there. I don't know if they're in that, are they in? I don't think they're in. But anyway, they've got it, so they can get them in. And, Absolute Solutions, the folks that bought the tower, are meditating on the proposed agreement.
Okay. Jackie? Nothing?
No, we got the applications that the senior, I guess, center shared with us for the holiday gift baskets, so you can pick those up here as well if you choose. If you're paying your bill, we can get you a application. We still have LEAP applications for the low inter. You can also fill that out online if you so choose. That's about it.
Kim?
Just an update on the RFPs that we will be releasing for seasonal maintenance of our parks and cemetery, as well as the RFP to get rid of that windmill grass at the cemetery. Those are just about ready for release. We will publish them starting next week, Monday the 15th was our date, our goal date. And so they will be ready to release, and we'll have those out, probably list them in the Cheyenne Tribune Eagle, so that we can, and as well as our local newspaper. The RFP for the Rear Park Playground is ready to go. We are just reviewing some pricing for equipment so that we can kind of determine how much we have to put toward landscape versus just equipment, and so that we can include in that RFP kind of the direction we want to go.
A quick question. Are we still, is this gonna be still including a splash pad?
That's a separate project.
Okay.
This is just the playground that will be located just to the east of the pool in that vacant lot. It will, it'll just be a whole new playground with new playground equipment, the rubber base for a fall zone. And we hope to get in, a sprinkler system and get some grass planted and a few more trees and benches, sidewalks, things like that.
You're not gonna make the kids play like we did and no gravel?
We're just
Toughen these kids up.
tired of having to replenish that mulch every year, so. And then we are still actively working on an update to our electric system master plan. You know, as we discussed in the previous meeting, that we've already worked through the majority of the projects from the last 5-year plan, and we had finished those ahead of schedule, so we're moving forward with that plan as well as our load study. So hopefully we'll have those done before the end of the calendar year. Finally, we are, I'm pulling together some ideas to present to you for our ARPA funds. We received $105,000 already, which was the first half, so we'll have a little over $200,000 that we can put towards some projects, and that's the ARPA is the American Recovery Plan Act. So again, I'll have some proposals for you at our next meeting, as well as some proposals on some other grants that I would like to apply for to kind of start revitalizing our Main Street.
Okay. Alrighty. And as far as myself, I don't have anything new and exciting, other than we gotta get them potholes filled at 10th and Beach.
I just run over him. There goes a tire.
There, and when we get to thinking about the street stuff, when we get ready, there's some stuff I'd like to discuss with Lauren, or have a meeting anyway and go over some other stuff.
Absolutely. I've also reached out to our partners at Kaiser Wealth Management about our options for bonding with this next round of 6-penny projects, so that we can get going on them, since, you know, the supply chain for some of the items that may be needed are pretty far out, so it'd be nice to be able to get that stuff on order.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Nothing else?
I just have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, you can go, Chance, go ahead.
Sorry, Chance.
You might answer my question, so.
So just 4 points, but before I do that, Council, good evening. And then Commissioner Mom, thanks for being here. I just wanted to point out real quick, I followed your Recover Wyoming and then Wyoming 2-in-1. I just want to thank you for the work that you do on that. Those programs, I don't know if people are aware, but they're invaluable to our community. Recover Wyoming, I think, speaks for itself. And then Wyoming 2-in-1, one of the biggest programs that we use here is the kinship program. That program is just invaluable because a lot of our population is elderly and they're raising their grandkids. And so it provides a lot of resources. So thank you for their support on that. I'm sure if those people were here, they would also thank you as well. So sincere thank you for everything that you do with those programs. Just 4 points I'd like to just touch on. We have two kind of links that are out there on the internet this time of year that are just really great to have, and I've talked about them before. Just our elderly program, or our senior citizen program, excuse me. That's just a program that you can register your family members. When we have those big storms, we do check on those folks to make sure they're okay, they have power, they have food, and they're doing okay. The second one is just our House Watch program. This time of year, we do have a lot of people that also leave the area, and so please register with us. We check on your home, we make sure that, you know, the windows, nothing's disturbed, and the property is okay. Third, along those lines, we do have, we've just had some concern about how just connectivity to the public. I think with kind of Facebook Live kind of going away, one of the things is, you know, do we have another approach or means to connect with us via, you know, the internet? And so we're going to be putting out just another link that everybody can go to and voice concerns or accolades. We got a bunch of Facebook, you know, hey, good job today. We had a pursuit this morning or this afternoon. And, you know, people were out there posting videos, and it was great. So just want to, you know, put that out there. It's also something that you can do. You know, you can make your concern or your comments with your name attached to it, or anonymously. So it's just a way to connect to us. I haven't talked to the rest of the staff, but we'd like to also have that monitored by the rest of the staff as well. So when concerns come down, we're double checked. There's a checks and balances system. I think that we've always been open to that, and we just want to make sure that that's aware. Speaking of concerns, just want to remind people of just how I envision, or how I think probably the best way to get a hold of us is you can call the deputy clerk, Renee, down at the town hall. That's a great way to get a hold of, I think, anybody in the government, here in your local government, by just leaving a message for whoever you're trying to get a hold of, your council members, your mayor, your department heads. And then We do have our number, 307-245-3084. Option one, it rings right to whoever's on duty. If you need to speak to me now, please hit option one and tell the officer that picks up, let it ring through, I would like to talk to Chance, okay? That also rings to my phone, but these guys are on quick, or if they're on duty, they're gonna pick it up before me, obviously, because they know I'm at home. But I know if it rings again, that it's for me. Option two, less emergent. We have a lot of people that like to leave messages on option two, but it seems like we could have addressed those issues immediately. Just people needing law enforcement at their house, or VIN checks, or things like that. I'm not always checking option two. It's a voicemail. It's a voicemail for a reason, because I don't expect that. I don't expect to return those calls immediately. I'm not checking that on my days off all the time. Sometimes. So, and then lastly, Facebook, those things of that nature, always welcome to come down, reach out to us, the department website, just another place that we're available to the community to voice anything that you'd like to pass on to us. Things you'd like to see better, we're more than open, I think, to that. And I think we've historically made that point public to everyone. And then lastly, this one's kind of just gee whiz information. I don't know, so we're switching out our camera system, and with that, as we're switching it out, we're just getting this new upgraded system, and I love this because one, we're not afraid of cameras. We had this pursuit today. It was awesome because people are putting their little clips of us in our job, and I don't think when we see those, when cameras they come out, it might be strange to others, but for us, that's just part of the job. Cameras, people recording, we're always recording. So if you see a green dot or a red dot on our chest, just know that we're recording. Being a member of the public, I would expect that you're always being recorded. Our new camera systems that we have on have this longer, what I really like about them is it's condensing some of the data, so we're going to be able to retain it for a lot longer. And it's not for any other reason other than evidentiary purposes, protecting the officer, protecting the community. Cameras, those recordings are a good thing. And I didn't know, as we're installing the systems, if people were aware of that. And so I just wanted to make people aware of that now. If you hadn't known, we have been and we will continue to record. And again, I think those are good things. They keep everybody, even and on even keel. So I just wanted to put that out there to the public. So thank you very much for your time. Commissioner, again, thank you again for everything you've done. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chance.
Absolutely.
I did just have a couple quick questions. So I was just curious where we were with dispatch in the county, where that kind of stands. I know it's been kind of up and down recently, so I don't know if you have answers or anything. Or I could ask Chance that too.
Last I've heard that we were still working out those details.
Okay,
So nothing new on that.
okay. And then I know we had talked this weekend, I guess I just kind of wanted to comment on the DARE program that we're hoping to do with the school. We have money in the budget for that, and it's ready to go and waiting if the school's ready to go.
So no. We've talked with the new superintendent about the DARE program, and unfortunately, it just doesn't seem like a program that they're going to be able to fit into the school curriculum.
Okay, but we do have money in the budget for it, for
Yes, we
future
do.
purposes, or if there's
So-
something we could do.
So we have money that's on a grant with a 2-year program that's about to lapse. So
Okay.
this whole time during COVID, we've been trying to push, and getting DARE into the program, and the idea was to beef up DARE. But that hasn't happened. We got some kickback from the schools, and it makes sense. I mean, they were at first very concerned about COVID coming into the schools, just like we, especially with the age, I guess the average age of my department, we were also very concerned about COVID. But now, towards the end of it, we would like to do DARE, and I think we're going to have maybe some after-school program. We're just working with the superintendent now to see when that would be best. Right now, sports are real hot, and, they've been doing a good job, and the football team's been doing a great job. Just shout out to those guys. I'm proud of you. We're trying to just see what the best day is to not also fatigue the students as far as, like, they've got something going on every day of the week. So I think we'll be, we've reached out to them, and this new superintendent seems to, think that that's going to happen. When exactly, we still have a couple more meetings to talk about those details. So we anticipate the support and hopefully the success of that program. It's unfortunate that we're just not able to be in the schools anymore.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I was just curious. My son has come home a couple times with a little police badge and all that kind of stuff, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still try to get out there. With COVID, we weren't in the schools.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Yeah, and we've talked about that with the superintendent too, as well as just being back, being more active, walking through the schools again. We just want to make sure that it's where they feel comfortable, where we feel comfortable, where we're not gonna, contract or pass on any of COVID or anything else that, is a concern. I know RSV and there's other things out there that are also raising a lot of concern.
Okay, thank you, Chance. It's just kind of.
Any more
I
questions?
appreciate it. No,
No? Okay.
that's it.
Anything else? Announcements and meetings.
The next meeting will be Monday, December 13th, sorry. December 13th.
December 3rd. Christmas party? Have you even thought about it yet?
We will be having our annual Christmas luncheon on Friday, December 17th.
Okay.
And a reminder that Christmas at Home is Monday, December 6th at the community center.
Okay. I knew there was lots of stuff coming up.
And just a question regarding those, regarding our meetings, is that, we've had some discussion about having a secondary working group or some other kind of meeting. I think that instead of doing those sporadically, it would make the most sense for us to just have a second meeting that is standing on the calendar all the time. And so if we could maybe start thinking about, would you like to have, go back to the first and third Monday, keep the second Monday of the month, and maybe go to a meeting the last week of the month? It doesn't have to be, necessarily every Monday night at 7 PM, but how can we make it, we have so many things coming up with potential development on the north property and, our upcoming Six Penny projects, ARPA projects, just a variety of things, that I think it's important for us to keep that ball rolling. And sometimes, we tend to forget about things, and 30 days is a long time to wait.
So you're saying we're gonna go back to 2 meetings a month then?
Well, Mayor Fornstrom had suggested that we have maybe a second meeting here and there that would be more like working groups. But, would those be all the time? But again, it's just something to remind you that thought is out there, and it may be more prudent for us to just have a regular standing second meeting. And it could be maybe at a little bit of an earlier time or a different day of the week, but if you all could maybe think about that so that we can present something to the mayor soon, so that after the first of the year, we can get rolling on that. That would be fantastic.
Okay. Okay. Well, everybody think about that. And work around that, I guess. Anything else? All right. I present a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to go into executive session. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, we're adjourned and go into executive session. Thanks, Gunnar.
Thanks, Gunnar.
guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank